Hey y'all. Uh-oh. The lights went out. Okay, how y'all doing? Can y'all see me? Got a little sage going, y'all. I'm going to wait a little bit for some more folks to come. But this video or live stream is all about our ancestral libation service that's on tonight, right now, starting at 9 o'clock. As you all know, tonight is the dark moon. So, hold on, y'all. I just gotta do a little bit more smudging on myself. Yeah, I have sage, y'all. Okay. All right. Ooh, I feel good. Yes. So those who know me know I always kind of like to start with deep clearing breaths. So we're going to take some clearing breaths together. After we have some more folks come in, we're going to take some clearing breaths together and just get ourselves grounded and get ourselves in the mindset of what's really going on tonight, right? So, hey y'all. So I know like y'all might have some questions or stuff like that, but right now I'm not going to be able to answer questions as much as I would like to because I really want to get in spirit and connect with y'all, okay? So we want to wait for some more folks to come. I had about 42 people who said that they were going to join tonight. That's part of my Ancestral Pathways group. If y'all are not part of my group, you could join my group. Y'all just got my sage going. I'm trying to keep it lit. So you're going to see me get my sage going, y'all. This is protection, right? Okay. So I want to just say thank you so much for tuning in. Tonight is the dark moon. So a while ago, my ancestors had gave me the download to connect with them in the dark moon. Because in a dark moon, that's where, where we're closest in the dark, and then our ancestors are close to the dirt. The dirt is dark. But also, if you think about connecting with your ancestors in a dark moon, hey, peace and blessings, everyone. Before the actual new moon, we are already coming into the new moon with ammunition, right? We done already got ourselves all geared up. We're in spirit. We done called on our familial ancestors. We done called on what we say, like our guardian ancestors. Will call on our ancestors who are kind of like our heroes and our sheroes. I have several different, we would say, famous ancestral spirits that walk with me, and many of us do. Those who are connected to the ancestral realm or connected to different sheroes or heroes, we will also, and we're going to do that too in one of these months that we do our work. We're going to actually call on our sheroes and our heroes. There's a lot of great people that are in the ancestral realm, and so many that we lost this year. So we are going to do that as well. But listen, we're going to have fun. We're going to go as spirit guide us. My ancestors gave me this download to do this ancestral service on the dark moon and to do my ancestral work, particularly on the dark moon. So it's just a beautiful time, especially for coming from a feminine perspective. It's moon day. We have that energy. We also have our crossroads spirit energy. So we're going to be doing some libations. I'm going to also be doing my libation service to my crossroads spirit. So, and that just depends on your tradition, whichever spirit you work with, or if you don't, that's fine too. But the focus for tonight, y'all, is really about raising energy and support in the for the indigenous people of this land. So we're talking about the natives. If you want to call them Indian, that's kind of like, to me, that's like calling somebody a nigga, very disrespectful. But we say, the indigenous people, or we say the native, the native people of this land, the original people, of this land. So right now they're going through a lot, y'all, with the Sandy Rock and, all this stuff with their pipeline. And come on, everybody need clean water, right? Everybody need water. Water is life. That's the problem. So what we want to do is, it was placed on my heart also because this month is National Native American and Observance Month. Actually, President Obama went ahead and did a declaration, y'all, whatever, did a declaration for them, in regards to just, we want to take the time and we want to observe that. So we want to come together. Ooh, I feel ancestral spirit already. We want to, oh my goodness, hold on. Ooh, heavy ancestral spirit. So we want to come together. Hold on, y'all, because I see all these ancestors. Y'all ancestors is showing up, okay? Woo, a whole lot of white energy, a whole lot of white light. Y'all ancestors is showing up. You hear me? So, and I actually feel that this very strong, powerful ancestor of John the Henry, the very strong, powerful ancestor. Y'all know John Henry and the legend of John Henry. Just a very strong energy. And I know he is in correlation with one of the Orishas, and I can't really remember right now. But I feel that very powerful energy. In fact, I was actually guided to wear red and white on my red and black on my head tonight, which I have the white on. I'm probably going to still wrap myself in some red and some black. So, the libation service is going to start at 9:00 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. My ancestors spoke to me and said they're going to keep the window open for 2 hours. So I don't want you to rush. I want you to get in your vibration. You know what I mean? Get in your spirit, get in your sacred place. So my ancestors are going to hold this space for 2 hours. All right. So between 9 p.m. and 11 p.m. tonight, Eastern Standard Time, which is my time, they're going to hold this space. So we give honor to my ancestors for that. And we're all connecting. We're creating this circle right now to really hold this intention. We're creating this pot, right? And we're pouring into this pot of this intention of our love and our energy and our power, our ashe, to come together and say, guess what? We want to pour these libations in honor of the living ancestors that stand in that standing rock. And we also want to pour the libations in honor of the dead. We are on this side of the dirt, right? So we want to hold that energy. And let's also remember that every single Homo sapien, every single human being that has ever walked the face of this earth, we still breathe the same air that they breathe. Everything is recycled. So imagine the very first, Aboriginal people, the indigenous people that was here, their energy is still here. When we take a breath, and we're going to pause and we're going to take a breath right now, but I want you to recall this energy when you take this breath, that we are breathing the same breath that our ancestors breathed. And I speak that in my soul. I am still breathing the same breath that my mother breathed. So we have to think about that in our sacred breath. And when we call in this energy, that everything is here, everything is recycled, everything is cyclical. This is the dark season, so it's very important for us to really think about our ancestors and what that means for us. And also, like I said, this is something, if you want to continue to join me, I plan on doing this every month, except for next month. It's the winter solstice. I'm taking some time off to do my own ritual stuff, right? But we want to come back and really go strong in this year to really hold space, particularly in the dark moon. And it's simple. It doesn't have to be like some big, huge, elaborate ritual, because it's all about your ashe, your heart, your soul, your spirit, your intention. You yourself are the altar. And when we call in the elements, which is water, is what we're going to be using, we're calling in that power of that water. So just hold this space for yourself and your heart and what this means for you. And that intention that we want to pour for the indigenous people. But of course, we're going to pour the libations for our ancestors first. We're going to call on our most benevolent ancestral spirits, pour the libation for them. Speak from your heart. I did post one of my ancestral prayers. If you want to use that, if you are in the ancestral group, I have a prayer in the file. But listen, we all spirit, right? We all know that we have word power, right? Clear out your throat right now. me. That's our sacred tool right there. And that's air. So we want to work in that air energy energy and call in the winds, call in the energies of our ancestors and call them in to support what we're doing, our intention for these indigenous people. But before we do that, we're going to make sure we pour our libations for our own folks, right? So just like last month, if you joined last month, we are going to pour our libations for our ancestors. We're going to pour some cooling water. If you feel guided, I personally say do the water libation. It's cooling, and right now the earth is in turmoil. We need that cool water energy. But I want you to go as you're guided. If you feel guided to pour, some harder liquor or some wine, you do in honor to your own ancestors. This is not a cookie cutter situation. I will be pouring some wine as part of for the indigenous people, because when you think about wine, it's something a courtesy, it's a friendship, it's your camaraderie, right? So I'm going to pour that wine on behalf of all of us because me and my ancestors is holding the space, so I'm pouring that to represent us, and we're coming in love, we're coming in light, we're coming in just solitude, we're coming in gratitude, we're coming in understanding that this land right here, although our ancestors got brought, okay, she said she's gonna be pouring some rum. That's right. So we have to understand, although our ancestors, well, I'm mixed. So some of my African ancestors didn't originally, and I recognize all my ancestral energy, did not come over here. We were brought to this land, but we are still in this land. We're still living in this land. We're still creating in this land, and this land belonged to these folks. And y'all know the story. We ain't even got to get involved with that, okay? But understanding that we reap the benefits of this land, right? We reap the benefits of what they came and what they set up, what they established, and all of their practices is still in the trees. You think the dirt don't remember the people that walked on this land before European people got here, before African people got here? The earth remembers. It has memory. The trees remember. And I posted some time ago, and I have it on my SoundCloud. I'll post it again. But I was sitting outside, sitting in my kitchen chair. I want to say probably about maybe this time last year, and I was just looking outside and looking at the earth, right? And just connecting, and I got this download, and it changed my life. It was very transformational. That I got a download from Black Hawk, and he was showed, our ancestors and their blood in the earth and all this type of stuff, and just a very heavy download. But it made me just, it was sobering to think, okay, not only do we have the blood of the indigenous people that were here, we have the blood of our own ancestors that's in this land, and it's for us to come to this dirt. The dirt remembers, okay? The dirt remembers. That's why a lot of our ancestors, before they left, they would grab up some dirt and they would eat the dirt to hold that memory. So we want to use that as the earth being our altar, right? And the water and the libation. So just like last month, the water is a conduit for you yourself. Drink the water. Drink some water before you do this. If you are working with your ancestors and you spatting out, smoke, drinking that alcohol, however you do it, or however you drawn to do, you do what you do. If you want to drink a little bit of that rum, I say first, before you do anything, fill your body up with the water, because it is a conduit and it's going to help you vibrate higher. And so do that, and then do whatever you need to do. Say your ancestral prayer, pour to your ancestors, your maternal ancestors, your paternal ancestors, their side, that side, and calling in that energy, and also make sure that you send the prayer and the love and the light to the ancestors that are not expanded. Some people say elevated, but I think expanded, because even on the other side, there's still work to do. A lot of our ancestors are spirit guides to other folks. So calling on those who are in a lower type of vibrational place, and many of them are very still more close to the earth. So we want to send that energy up so that they can get expanded and elevated, and send that prayer to them on both sides. Remember both sides, and even for their ancestors on the other sides, because we have so many people that's connected to us. I see so much white right now, y'all. So many just bodies of ancestral lines. The ancestors that are already in white energy are already coming forth for us even right now. So we want to give thanks to the ancestors as they come together, and I actually see them kind of interlocking to come together to make this circle. And I hear like just calling in that energy, that church, our mojo. Our ancestors are calling in that energy even now. So we want to give thanks. We want to give honor for our ancestors. So when you do the libations, for the indigenous people. You speak your intention, because let's remember, I'm gonna sit down. Let's remember, I'm on the floor close to the earth. Let's remember when we pour the libation, it's an invocation, right? So it's a prayer. The water itself is a, hold on, y'all. My Himalaya light, y'all. The water itself is it's a prayer. So just like last time before, we're going to make this water sacred. We're going to speak our power, our ashe into the water, what we want the water to do, what we mean for our heart, and what this means to us. You know, however that your words, your sacred words, and let that water hold it. If you want to envision pink light, whatever it is, whatever message that you want to carry. Ooh, I'm getting touched already. But whatever message, because it's so powerful. Oh my goodness, water is ancestral. Like, I mean, I honor the elements, because everything came here. Listen, December 12th, I've been on this earth for 36 years, on this actual earth. Everything here is ancestral to me. You know, I get in that space where I'm like, damn, like water is ancestral, the earth is ancestral, fire is ancestral, like everything that then already came here before me and myself in this 36-year-old, almost 36-year-old consciousness and body. But of course, we come here many, many times to learn our lessons. But just to get that in your mind, you know, if you want to throw some crystals in your water, do whatever you do, however you want to do it. Just speak that energy, you know, and speak life into your water. Wake it up, blow on it. Even if you use a cup, or maybe blow into the water and give it that air, give it that life. Speak life into the water, although it's already alive. And then the water got all those little organisms in there. Everything is energy working for us on our behalf. So speak to your water. If you want to go outside, then you go outside. So I would say, if you want to do like 1 cup or jug or however you feel, container of water for your actual ancestors, your own, and then whatever you feel like you want to give to the native ancestors and keep it separate. Or if you feel like, listen, we jumbling and we doing some gumbo, we, as my Liberian family, we making some soup, everybody in this pot and this soup together. So however you feel like you want to do it, you do it. Whatever you feel. I feel like I want to have things, you know, kind of separate, and how I want to do my service. So it's cold. I'm in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, so it's like 30 degrees outside, whatever. So if you want to get one of your plants that you already have, you could do that. Or if you want to just get a bowl, if you have an ancestral altar, stand in front of your ancestral altar like you would do in any other service and pour it. I would prefer, if you are just going to stay indoors, at least do it in a plant, because you're going to pour that energy into the plant. And remember, if you pour the energy into the plant, you don't need a lot of water. You know, you already infuse the water and put all your intentions, all your love and honor in water, and you just, you know, water your plant if you're going to do that. But if you're going to go outside, if you're like in the East Coast or whatever, I'm West Coast and you good, or you know, Midwest, whatever, and it ain't too cold for you, and you like, guess what, I'm about to go ahead out here. And then you go ahead and you do that, and you know, you honor the earth and really feel the element, right? Because when you're outside, then you know, like, whoa, like these indigenous people walk this earth, like I feel it. The trees are speaking to me. You call forth and make a whistle, and call forth air, call forth the energy, and feel the elements and feel it, because the earth is our cauldron. The earth is our actual cauldron. So when we go outside, we feel this energy, and we can pause and we can say, oh my goodness, who walked this dirt? Ooh. Who walked this dirt before me? Who walked this dirt before me, before I even came here? Who walked this dirt? And that's what going outside really does for us when we work outside in the elements. Ashe. So, what else do I want to say, y'all? I don't know. I don't know if I really have anything else to say besides that. Oh, protection. Yes. Where am I? Let me slow down. Protection. Yes. So those who saw me from the gate, who came on, I had all my sage going and blowing on my sage. I actually and smoked out my yoni, just because I need to do that and add the extra layer of protection. So if you are a woman and you're on your sacred blood time right now, we are in a very vulnerable place, already. And if you are, then you got that extra power, you got that extra energy, but you also know that you have to, you know, keep your space sacred. So what I would suggest, and what I'm actually going to do, is put 3 basil. I got some fresh basil, so I'm gonna put some fresh basil in my undies, and I'm gonna have that, you know, close to my yoni for that extra layer of protection. If you don't have fresh basil, I would say like take some olive oil, rub your hands, bing, rub it on your yoni, rub it on your womb, bless your womb, speak to your womb, okay? And speak that covering, speak that protection over your womb before you go out. We know this is the dark moon, so people doing a whole lot of spooky stuff, okay? So you going out and, opening yourself up. So make sure you do your protection work, your Florida water, whatever feels right for you. You burn your sage if you have your own smudge spray. And also make sure you spray your hands down if you don't have any oils and stuff like that. If you just starting out, listen, use sacred air. Blow on your hands and clear your hands off before you do the sacred work and you pour in these libations. You keep things nice and simple. Yes, Sister Nicole is asking if she can use bay leaves. Yes, use bay leaves. Use whatever feel right for you. That was my download. That's what I got. That's what I'm putting in my drawers. So, but if you feel like you want to use bay leaves, go ahead. Use bay leaves. I want y'all to keep this simple. It's very simple, but it's so powerful. It's so powerful because we have the intention and we're coming together. However, if it was just 3 of us or 2 of us joined together in agreement, that's powerful enough because we're coming together to do this. So I want you to just keep this very simple. We're going to just let it flow from your heart. But that's why I said, if you don't want to sit in a whole lot of prayer and stuff like that, speak it before you go outside. Like I said, my ancestors are going to hold this space for 2 hours for us. So speak into your water. Give it all before you even go outside the door. Give it all. Run that in your water. If you have an ancestral altar, sit down on your ancestral altar. If you want to work, whatever number. 15 just came to me and I heard 15. So, and that's 15, 1, 5, 6, double 3 threes, crossroads spirits. So keep it on your altar for a little bit. Bless it and have that water already ready to go. So when you go outside, the water is already the prayer. The water is there. That's the power of libation. This has been going on since before we came here. So, it doesn't have to be a whole lot of extra. We want to keep this simple because some of y'all, I know a lot of y'all probably got a whole lot of work you're going to do anyway tonight. And this is opening things up. So, but yes. So, the takeaway I want to say for this, do your protection work, whatever you need, keep yourself clear, have yourself protected. I am personally going to be doing 2 separate things. I'm going to be doing some wine libation on behalf of the group as a place of camaraderie. Also, when you get ready to open and you open up your service, state your intention on verbally. You're telling ancestral spirit, you're telling your own personal ancestors, listen, this is what I'm coming for. This is why I'm here. You're telling the native ancestors, which is why I'm going to do the wine offering, letting them know, listen, we're coming because you're awakening them without water. You pouring this dirt, you pouring that water into the dirt, right? Because remember that everything has some ancestral memory. So we're pouring this water and we're saying, listen, we standing. We standing with your peoples. That's what we doing. We're standing. Me and my whole crew is standing with y'all. That's what this is about, right? So we want to let them know this is what we're coming. We're coming in this energy. I see my grandmother. Thank you. Thank you, Mama. You with me? Listen, those who get ancestral readings for me or room work for me, y'all know my grandmother, right? And I post her face in the group if you want to know who really with me. That's my grandmother. That's my mama, right? But yeah, so just calling forth our own ancestors to stand with us. So that's why I said first open it up with your own ancestors, and then give your offerings, everything to your ancestors. What you're gonna do? Then call in and tell your own ancestors. Listen, those who want to come with me, I beckon you to come with me, stand with me for these people. Not everybody gonna come, but the ones who want to come will come, and you ask for the most benevolent ones to come with you and stand with you and join together. And with all of our ancestral spirit, we all gonna come together and we're gonna stand within these 2 hours and pour our libations. So we talk about protection. We talk about what it means to open it up. I will do the wine as far as a camaraderie to open it up for the ancestors and stand with that. I'm also gonna I'm gonna add on top of this my own colors, so red and black. That's one because that's just how I feel guided. And I'm gonna do that. What else? We did protection. I don't know, y'all. Any questions about that? You're going to speak into your water. You're going to do your work around your water. And make sure you clear your body, clear your hands. I really don't think there's anything else that I can think of right now in regards to what else you will need. Just know that you have the 2 hour. Someone asked if they can do liquor. If you feel in your heart that you want to pour liquor to your ancestors, then pour liquor to your ancestors. I would definitely, me in understanding that water is cool, I would say make sure you still give some water just because you bring it in that balance, because liquor and wine, those those are still hotter. So bring in that balance, right? We want to bring in the balance. So the earth needs to cool. There's so much turbulence, wars and all this stuff, and y'all know everything we going through in this nation right now, like, it's crazy. So we want to make sure we still get that water libation, and then do whatever else you feel in addition to that, liquor and stuff like that. But always give some nice cool water for your ancestral spirits that are cooler. You yourself, if you feel guided to pour liquor and all this stuff, you got your ancestral spirits who are a little bit hotter, and that's what they want. They want that liquor. They want that fire. They want to raise up that energy and that fire energy. But always keep in mind that we also have cooler ancestral spirits, white ancestral spirits. And that's something like, if you don't know that stuff, we can go in spirit, and, I can let you know about your ancestral energies. I don't really want to get into all of that. But yeah, so do what's right in your heart and speak from your heart. I did post an ancestral prayer. If you want to use that, use that. You want to name your ancestors, name your ancestors. However you want to do it, you do that from your heart. But go in this with in love. Go in this with just deep gratitude. Go in this in soberness, right? Because we're doing this is right here. We're doing this dark work. We're going outside. It's dark. You know what I mean? So we want to come and make sure we're protected. Make sure that we have higher consciousness in what we're doing, and that we're coming in place of honor, and we're coming in place of also I hear forgiveness. So whoever needs some forgiveness, we want to pray for the ancestral energies that need forgiveness, and we don't need to know what that forgiveness is for. They just, whoever feel like they need forgiveness, they need forgiveness. It's all right. So that's what it is. Someone else is asking me, what about blood offering? Is that sacred time for me? That is your choice. I ain't gonna put that on me to tell you to do a blood offering. I would not necessarily do a blood offering myself. Because the group intention here is water, is liquid. And blood is kind of, that's something that's very powerful. That's something that, I would just be careful in doing a blood offering. I can't tell you to do that blood offering. I don't recommend doing a blood offering in what the group intention is going to be. But again, you gotta do what you do in that, and just make sure that you protect yourself, because you're going out here in these energies. There's a lot of energies happening right now, y'all. It's a dark moon. This is serious. It's not a game. There's a lot of people doing a lot of work right now. We're going out here, we're raising the dead. So I want you to be very careful in what we're doing and understand how serious this is. Although it's simple, it's very powerful. And make sure that your womb is protected, and that you're being careful in how you move. And when you do your invocation, you're making sure that you are calling in your ancestral energies. You're giving your offering. And then when you bing, and then you do the work for the native energies, you're calling in also then the protection of your own ancestors as you pour these libations for the indigenous people. We always have to make sure we're conscious in what we're doing, and in that protection that we need, and not being all loosey-goosey. So I see a lot of blue light. So we're going to call that energy in, okay? All right. So Sister Dana is saying she don't think it's best either to do that. So I would say, hey, if you want to pour orange soda, however you want to do, listen, this is your time to pour your libations to your ancestors. So, do what's best for you in regards to the offering. But the one thing I am requesting, okay, because me and my ancestors is holding space, is that please pour some water. Please make sure you pour some water, because the earth needs water. It's cool. The earth needs water. I see Ushun, right? We need that sweet water. We all need sweet water. The earth needs sweet water. The ancestors need sweet water. And sweet water is just love. It's love. You think about how you feel when you drink water. You feel relaxed. You feel calm. You feel clear. You feel better. Yes, everybody needs sweet water. So make sure you pour your water libation in honor of that, and then whatever else that you feel guided to. So I want everybody to take a deep breath. We're going to take some breaths, and we're just going to come together now before I release you all to do your work. And if you are not on this live right now, you go back and you play it, it's fine. Like I said, we're going to hold this energetic circle together for a 2-hour window. So take your time. After that, my ancestors are going to be out. I'm going to be out. That's it. Okay. Catch you next time around. Okay. But, yeah, if you, also, I want to say, if this is your time to do ritual for your ancestors, if you are like burning ancestral money, if burn offerings or whatever you're doing, hey, go ahead, do what you do. You know, this right now, tomorrow's the new moon, so we kicking this off. We kicking this off with our ancestors. So do whatever you feel like you need to do at this sacred time. That's best for you. But I will, and me and my ancestors, my ancestors really in their power are going to be holding the space for the 2 hours. All right. So we want to give thanks. Let's take some deep breaths. Ooh. Just push that air out. Breathe in deep through your nose. Kind of relax your body now. Like just release. Right? Let's do that 5 times. Power of 5. Yes. Y'all, I feel so much ancestral spirit right now and just so much love, so much pink light. So let's breathe in that pink light together. And grace and gratitude, and we give thanks and we give honor. Let's breathe again. Just sending out love, creating gratitude and that vibration of love. I see the number 0, so that is just speaking to that just source energy, and particularly the mother energy. So we're calling in the mother energy. We give thanks for the nurture. We call forth all of our guides to protect us. All of our spirit guides. We call forth our guardian ancestors that walk with us. We call them forth to be here as we stand together with the indigenous people, the living ancestors. And as we just pay homage and honor to the indigenous ancestors of this land, we call you forth to walk with us, to protect us as we do this work. And then we also humble ourselves because we know that y'all came before us. You are wise, you have wisdom, and we send just love to you, our ancestors, our familial ancestors, our ancestors that's connected to our bloodline. That's what this is about. We send you love. We send you light. We send you strength. We send you power. We thank you. We thank you because we thank you for your protection. We thank you for rising up in us. We thank you for activation of your greatest gifts, of your greatest abilities in us. And we call forth your greatness. Ashe. Woo! We call forth your greatness in us and through us. And those things that were weaker, those things that burden you, those things that burden us, we ask that they be cast away, and we send those down. We send those away and we wash those things away. Even in the power of the libation service, may the darkness be washed away from us, and may light continue to rise up through us. And so we send this energy out to our ancestral spirits, to our guardian ancestors, to our ancestors on our maternal side, to the ancestors on our paternal side, to their ancestors, and to their ancestors, and to their ancestors, and all of those. I see blood boiling. All of those ancestors that rise up in our blood, stand with us. We love you. We love you. We honor you. We will not forget our ancestors. We remember, we have ancestral consciousness. We remember this tradition, and nothing is going to separate us from our ancestors ever again. We stand firm in that. We remember the tradition of pouring libations. We remember our word power. We remember the tradition of our ancestors. We stand in this truth in who we are and who the truth of we are before the beginning of earth. We stand in this, our ancestral power. We call it forth, and we take this power and honor and love and light and joy and gratitude. And we stand with these indigenous people as they fight for water and the right for their children to have sacred water. As we pour our water to the earth, we speak that this water is going to flood out for this people, and it will not be bind up. And we come together and we stand against all forces through the power of love, through the power of the great mother spirit, through the power of our own Ashe, through the power of the Ashe of our ancestors. We stand with the indigenous people, and we give thanks. 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 And we pray that every single new moon intention that we have in our heart will be flourished, and anything that resists that or come against that will be demolished. We call forth the greatness of our ancestors, the love, the peace, and the joy, the creative energy. Everything around here was created through ancestral spirit. Ain't nothing new under the sun. And we give thanks for that. We give thanks. We give thanks. Ashe. Ashe. We give it and we do it in joy. We give and we do it in joy. We give and we do it in joy. I need y'all to yell with me. Can you yell? Can you do a 2-step? Because we doing this in joy. Yes. We calling that forth. And if you want to dance, shout on the earth, do whatever you want to do, because we doing it in joy. We doing it in high vibration, in love, in lights. That's what we doing. I want to thank y'all for coming with me. Trusting. Yes. What the ancestors have given to me to come to bring folks together. If you're not part of my Ancestral Pathways group, you can join my Ancestral Pathways group. I want folks to come together. That's it. That's what it's about. I'm just raising ancestral consciousness. I'm doing what my ancestors tell me to do. Ain't nothing else besides that, y'all. But I give thanks for each and one of y'all. So listen, let me know. Like, I want to know how your service went, if you get any downloads, if they speak to you, if you feel energy or whatever it is. Listen, comment, come in a group, be like, bing, bing, bing. This what happened. What happened? Observe yourself. What happens after you do this work? We're going to keep it going. I won't be doing it around the winter solstice. I'm going to be taking some time off to do my own healing, but January, we're going to come back in the new calendar year. And we're going to keep it going for the year. So I'm very excited about this. So thank you so much. Go ahead. I charge each of you in love and light and peace and joy. Blessings be upon you and me. Send me some love too, y'all. I need my love and blessings too. And me and my family and to yours and all of that good stuff. Ashe. Take care. I love y'all. Peace.